Okay, so there's lots of stuff that I want to show you guys today, but we're going to start out with the things that were here when we got the place. Then we'll move on to the things that I've done already. And at the end, if we have time, we'll talk about some things that I want to do in the future. And you guys can leave your feedback and give me some ideas in the comment section below. So we'll start out at the door here. The door was definitely here when we started. Moving on, they had this desk here when we got here. I don't really like the desk, but it does serve as a good workstation, and obviously I've been using it. I have a couple projects here on the go right now. The next thing that was also here were these electrical plugs and a couple of these lights, and we're working on changing that in the meantime. But I do use the plugs for now, even though they're not done very well. Not usually supposed to have copper touching steel because they oxidize. But anyways, the next thing that was here was these shelves on top, and I've made pretty good use of these, and I don't think I have any plans on taking these down anytime soon. I keep all of my tools and my toolboxes up here, and those do pretty well for me. The next thing that was here when I got here, let's take a look around. Well, I think that's pretty much it. I guess the garage door opener. Other than that, I put everything in, so let's move on to talk about that stuff. I think the most exciting thing I have in here is this wood storage rack. I just put this in last weekend, and boy, what an improvement this made. It's modular, so you can move these pegs around any way you like to store the wood. If there's a rack in the way, you can move it, double one up. Seems to be incredibly strong. I put hundreds of pounds on here without a problem, and I love this thing. And I was able to fit a silicone storage rack in the back. I just put that up tonight, so that kind of saved me some space there. Right above that, I've got my ladder storage, and I don't know if it's the best spot, but I don't think I have anything better, so I just keep it up there for now. Underneath that, I got my Greenlee storage box, and I'll pull that out and show you guys. I keep my leaf blower and all my gas and flammable stuff in here, propanes and oils and whatnot. I'll throw that back. I got a tool bin here, just a cheap one, but I use it for some woodworking stuff and individual small tools. I put these racks right when we moved in. This was one of the first things I did, because I gotta have somewhere to keep your knickknacks. I got some tools and small screws and bits in here. On the sides, I love these things. I picked these up on sale at Home Depot. These magnetic tool holders, these are great. Probably on sale for $5 or $7 a piece, and I picked up a whole bunch of them. I got more on this side and more to put up in the future, so those things are really awesome. Underneath there, I just got a workstation. It's just a bench. I found someone left it out for garbage on the side of the road, and I picked it up. Just an old folding table. I use that to do some little odds and ends here and there. These cupboards here, that was actually in the basement when we got here, and I just keep all of the chemicals in there, all the weed killer and sprays and some road salt and all that. And I took that out of the house and I put that in here because I didn't think it looked really good in there, and it looked much better out here. Above that, I just got some hooks for storing some random tools, and I just throw some painting poles and garbage bags and stuff down the studs there because I don't have any better spot to put them. Moving on, this is my Greenlee bin that I refurbished. So I bought that used on Kijiji for several $100s. I think they're over 1,000 brand new, and I grinded and stripped the whole thing down and primed it and repainted it. And you can see some of the grind spots I've done. I wasn't necessarily going for beauty, just practicality. I sprayed the inside with some Rust-Oleum, and all I keep in there is wire and power tools. Usually my table saw belongs in there, but I've been using it, so it's out right now. moving on after that, I just got this rack here I put in to store some wood that I was using to paint a high ceiling. And here is my temporary miter saw station. I think that's the, oh, knocking things over. That's why we got to get organized in here. This is my temporary miter saw station, and what I would like to do in the future is get that backed up right against the wall, remove this rack here, get this miter saw backed up against the wall with some nice workbenches, and get this cleaned up. I have benches all across here going in an L shape and kind of ending somewhere around here, and with some nice cabinets and just a good work surface. And I think that would really clean up a lot of the space in here to be able to get some real work done. And I think last but not least, these are just some lights that I put in to make it easier to work. It's not wired properly, so I'm not going to show you the rest of it, but we'll get that cleaned up. And I had to get that in almost right away just so I could really see what I was doing down here. These old fluorescent lights were here, but they just didn't they didn't do it for me, and they can give some people a migraine, you know. But I'll give you one more backup shot of the garage if I can, so you guys can see a nice before. And if you keep watching this channel, you'll be able to get to see all the improvements that I do. Stay tuned. Please hit subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it. Thanks, and have a good day.